No, this is not a meme. This is a real video analysis about Basil. If you don't believe me, I don't know how to convince you. In this video, I will talk about why Basil is a beautifully written and complicated character. Obviously, there will be spoilers everywhere, but if you click this video, you're already aware of it. Basil is a key character in the Mori plot. He is also the most searched character on the internet among all except Mori. It's easy to get emotionally attracted to this character because we immediately notice that he's insecure, is shy, also suffers from social anxiety, and you can see it from how he behaves and how he interacts with the other characters. His hobbies are almost obsessions to him. In fact, he has a care and a respect for the plants he cultivates and grows. Basil's house is full of them, using each friend and plant with a specific meaning. Not to mention the photographs, a newer hobby than gardening, born when Mary gave Basil the camera with which he done 2 cold photos we see in the photo album. He has a particular attachment to memories that are precious to him, like nothing in the world. Photographing them for him is a confirmation that those things have happened and might not happen again. So he is a nostalgic person and tends to throw himself down often, but it's always in his character to try to always smile and be positive. Mary helps him in this because, as Basil says at the beginning of the game, I can always count on her to help me stay positive. We do not know the parents. We know from some dialogues that they are always away for work and at home with Basil, the sporty Basil caretaker. These are the premises of the character. Then the accident happened. Let's analyze what happened and try to understand Basil's actions. We know that Basil was on his way to Sunny's house because Sunny had to take him to the concert. But when he enters the house, he hears the discussion. He hears Mary and Sunny arguing, so he hides behind the wall, but remains out of curiosity. We know that Basil was 12 at the time of the accident, so we can explain why he didn't leave, because curiosity is a typical behavior of children. Mary falls. Sunny gets out and goes to check if she is okay. Obviously not. And not understanding that she was dead, he takes her, with the help of Basil, to his bed. Sunny realizes she's dead. Basil seems that he can't express anything in all this, but when he sees that Sunny is desperate, he starts repeating that everything is fine, and everything will be fine, and he will find a solution. Sunny was frightened by the reaction that their friends and parents will have to discover that Mary was dead, and Basil decides what to do. Imagine how much pressure they had on them in that moment. Then they decide to hang her in the garden with a rope in the tallest tree, which is also Sunny's favorite. The rope and the tree are recurring elements in the game. A question that is always asked by everyone is: how does Basil know how to make a noose? The answer is simple. Basil knows how to tie the noose knot because he uses it to tie bases to the ceiling, and we often see this in the game. Why Basil, unlike Sunny, knows a suited method? Here, on the other hand, I tried to give an answer. We have said that Basil is a confident, anxious and nostalgic person. These are all characteristics of a depressed person. I'm not saying that Basil was depressed or what. I'm saying that when I was 12, I knew what suicide meant. He was tied to memories and was afraid of losing them, losing his friends. For me, it's a confirmation that he had a more or less clear idea of what death meant. The attempt to hang Mary had been successful, but Sunny's parents discovered it anyway because the traces of blood on Mary were clear signs that something had happened. Then we know that the secret was kept by the parents, but Sunny locks himself in the house for 4 years. We don't know if Basil has ever tried to see Sunny again during all the time, but we know for sure that they have never seen each other since that day, the day Sunny came out, and Basil has always waited for Sunny to come back to him. We know that Sunny has asked Basil to delete Mary from the photos because probably Sunny, unable to deny the reality of the facts, ventured like that, hoping to feel better afterwards. At the end, both of them created something, a monster, as Basil said, with the aim of blaming the death of Mary on something beyond their understanding. But now, I need to talk to you about Sunny and Basil's relationship. We know that both are canonically best friends. In fact, compared to the others, these are more related precisely because both Sunny and Basil are introverted and insecure people. Their dynamic is simple. Sunny is the listener while Basil is the one talking. It's a dynamic that exists, so I'm not saying weird things. Sunny also confided to him. In fact, we know that Basil knows about his crush on Aubrey, and it's the only one to know it. We can say that they are very close, but we have no proof that they two have a loving feeling for each other. Returning to the day of the accident, Basil cannot believe that he could have killed her, even if by mistake. Basil is convinced that Sunny is a good person and that he could never have done such a thing, and we know it because he's the one who says it at the end of the game, before arguing with Sunny. In fact, Basil in these 4 years becomes a completely lonely person and tends to isolate himself. Polly says that he never had the opportunity to bond with Basil because he avoids her. Aubrey ends up bullying him because she begins to develop a violent disposition, a consequence of lack of affection and attention, considering that her friends abandoned her and her family situation is very bad. Basil no longer had anyone to talk to because the only one he wanted to talk to was Sunny. In my opinion, Basil is the one who had the worst fate. Lonely, bullied, anxious, and possibly depressed. He kept too many things inside and he did it for too long. When Sunny reappears in town, Basil is scared of him because he knows the truth despite not wanting to believe it. Obviously, when Basil finds out that Sunny is leaving, he goes crazy. He will really have no way of talking to anyone, and will have to carry the full weight of the truth by himself, which will lead to suicide in the alternate endings. If instead we go to talk to him in the last day, we will interrupt him in a moment of reflection before the suicide, as it would happen if we went home. We know the ending. Basil and Sunny recognize the truth and accept it. I can say that Basil is a complex character because it's easy to empathize with him, but not everyone can understand him. This is because we only have Sunny's point of view, in addition to the fact that Basil is a character not very present in the game. Basil is also a deep character, and I see no reason why people should seriously hate him. All the actions he does can be explained. You may not justify them, but surely he remains an iconic character of Mori for his complicated and psychologically fragile profile. This concludes the analysis of Basil. It's the first time that I try to make a video like this, so I hope it was useful and interesting. Thank you everyone for watching, see you at the next video, as always.